All right, that's a complex question. First of all, let's flesh out a couple of key points. First, the disclosure legacy. The president that makes, the first head of state that makes the announcement that the extraterrestrial presence is real is one of the greatest political legacies of all time. I don't care who you are, period. Right? You go down in history. For 1,000 years it'll be talked about. Right? That's the most profound event in human history, and you are the head of state that let it out, the one that brought the truth to the world. That legacy, that is a very desirable legacy, and they want it.
You've already got a great legacy. Nobel Prize, first black president.
Chump change. Chump change. First black president, how many black heads of state have there been before Obama entered the White House, right? Right? His legacy as the first black president was over the moment he lifted his hand off the Bible at the inauguration, right? It's chump change. As far as some of the other stuff, nothing serious at all. This legacy is massive, right? And I assure you, it is incredibly desirable. However,
Why is it desirable?
because you have just triggered the most profound event in human history, more profound than the coming of Christ. Supposedly, God sent his only son down to the earth, right, to bring a message to the people. And he comes down, and over a very long period of time, he sort of, right, actually a couple of years, he does his teachings. He gets crucified, and that sort of launches the Christian religion, which takes hundreds of years to develop and start affecting worldview. That was the Christ event, which has almost 2.2 billion followers. This event will affect thousands of times more people and do it in days. All right? In other words, the worldview of humans will be affected worldwide within a week because this event is that powerful. So it's much bigger than the Christ event. So if you think being Jesus Christ was a big deal, being the disclosure president, a bigger deal.
So it's a big deal in this.
No, it's an historical event.
How do they deal with that?
But that's a separate issue.
That's huge. It's one thing to say,
well,
yes, there are UFOs, but now the repercussions of that are greater.
I know, but if eventually it's going to come out, don't you want to have that legacy? You're going to have to deal with it either way. Look, if Vladimir Putin makes the announcement, the U.S. has got to deal with all of the post-disclosure issues without the legacy, without the glory.
Why do you think it's so?
Well, it gets back to what we were saying. The pressure on the Clintons has escalated to the point they had to start taking action. That's why the tweet on the 13th. That's why Obama goes on Kimmel. He goes on Colbert. That's why Podesta speaks at the Code Conference. He gives an interview to Politico. And, of course, the ultimate. That's why Hillary Clinton deliberately allows Damon Steer at the Conway Daily Sun in New Hampshire, while she's campaigning there, to ask her the ET question, whereupon she says to him in about 90 seconds, if I'm elected, I'm going to get to the bottom of the UFO issue. Maybe we should have a task force to investigate Area 51, and maybe they've already visited, we just don't know. No candidate for president ever said that before. She had to say that, but again, because she knows the press is on the story. They cannot continue to stonewall those reporters forever before they really get heavy on them, right?
Mr. President,
yeah.
When everybody else is worried about jobs, economy, healthcare, talking about ET?
So no, she's not being attacked yet, but she could be. It was a risk. They don't know. The reason she's bringing it up is she has to. Why did Bill Clinton go in front of the American people and confess the whole Monica Lewinsky lie? Why did he take the DNA test that could basically locked it down? Did he want to do that? No. He did it because the press was outside his door, 10,000 strong, with a blue dress. Right? Game over. The Clintons know that the game is almost over. The press are at their door. The Rockefeller Initiative is established. It's got 900 pages of confirming documents. Hundreds of reporters have been sent these documents. It's almost over. They know that. And so they have to deal with it, whether they want to or not. And I'm following this. I've read all these articles. I know everything the Clintons are doing. And what I'm saying is if you follow this, there's only one place they can go, right? At some point. Because the one thing that hasn't happened yet is that the three network news and cable news operations are still standing down. But that won't last. The next step is when the mainstream news step in and go, we're covering this. And they call the Clintons. Millions, if not hundreds of millions of people have now read something about the Rockefeller Initiative. 16 years after we got the documents confirming it, it's finally out. And it's just going to keep spreading. And so this idea that you can pretend that you never were involved in it and those documents don't exist, it's over. It's simply how long can you continue to do your thing before you finally have to answer the door? And what I'm trying to say is that they're about to answer the door. I know this because I'm in the middle of it, and when that door it gets answered and those questions are asked about the Rockefeller Initiative, the escalation of media will force Clinton and the Pentagon to cut the deal so that he can be the disclosure president. There's no way the media, there's no way that the Clintons or even Obama's people can come to the media and say, you know, there's really something big here. It is pretty big, you know, but we can't really answer you. We want you to wait until Secretary Clinton gets in the White House and ask us again. And the press will say, are you out of your freaking mind? You answer now, right now. And so her time is not going to make it. But it's win-win-win-win-win. Obama will be the disclosure president.
Why?
Because he makes the announcement, right?
Why wouldn't it be Clinton?
Because he's going to be forced to make the announcement before she makes it to the White House. The press is not going to simply wait for her to get to the White House. They're going to go into frenzy mode, and they're going to be heading for the White House and the Pentagon with 1,000 questions they don't want to answer. And so they either face this horde of media or disclose. Boom, it's over. Now, this is the deal they've never been able to strike. In other words, the president's not briefed on this issue. The president's out in the cold. The Pentagon can't disclose. They work for the president. And so they're boxed out. It's cutting that deal. It's coming together and say, what do you need? What do you want? Whatever. Cutting the deal that allows the president to go forward is what's never happened. That's what we're forcing to happen. Once that deal is cut, he announces. So he's the disclosure president. But Bill and Hillary have the track record going all the way back to 93, 96. You got all the statements they've made. I look into it. Oh, wow, it is real. We tried, right? They're grandfathered into the legacy. Republicans have got nothing. So that's good for them. He's a Democrat. So it's the Democratic Party is the disclosure party. And she gets the White House, right? Now she gets to be the first post-disclosure full-term president. She will have way more influence on the post-disclosure world than Obama. Obama will make the announcement, a few months later he's gone, that she takes the White House. Win, 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 win. The only people that get screwed are the Republicans. Completely out of it. Got nothing, right? But there is one other possibility, and everyone gets screwed, except Vladimir Putin. Vladimir Putin is the wild card. They could disclose it at any time. As far as I'm concerned, Vladimir Putin is the batting leader in the major leagues. He's batting 385. And the disclosure announcement is a fastball, not moving, straight across the middle of the plate. Why he has not smacked this thing completely out of orbit, I do not know. But he could swing at it at any time. And then everybody here gets screwed. And I like them to know that, and that's why I'm always saying it on camera every chance I get.